This week on GamePron News, we have so much to get through I can hardly catch my breath. Star Wars: The Old Republic makes gamers very happy before pulling a spectacular troll move on its fanbase. Hollywood snaps up the film rights to 2 games, Mojang releases Minecraft for Android devices, our first look at Syndicate isn't all that bad, House of the Dead Overkill is allowed into Australia, and believe it or not, I Am Alive is still alive and it's due out this year. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen. Star Wars: The Old Republic developers may have perfected the art of trolling this week, all with one simple email. Tell us what you think, it said. We hope you are enjoying participating in the game testing program. The problem, of course, is that it wasn't just sent to beta testers. It was sent to everybody in the database who had applied to be a beta tester, including those who hadn't received an invitation or been able to take part. Understandably, fans were a little upset. The thread on the game's official forums escalated so much and so quickly that it broke the website, while BioWare took to the Old Republic Facebook page to explain that the company is looking into it. Whether or not you did get into the beta for Star Wars: The Old Republic, we do have some good news for you. EA and BioWare have finally set a date. This one will be launched in the United States on December 20th and in Europe on December 22nd. I'm guessing a bunch of fanboys will be missing Christmas dinner this year. Remember, there are no plans at this stage to launch the game outside of those 2 regions, so if you're in Australia or anywhere else in the world, you are destined to a life of importation until a later date. Gears of War 3 is a little bit popular this week, selling more than 3 million copies in its first week of sale. That all adds up to make it the biggest game of 2011, and in case you thought it was a one-off, those figures mean that the entire Gears of War franchise has tipped $1 billion in lifetime sales, and it's the first ever Xbox 360 exclusive to reach that achievement. Congratulations are also in order for both Dead Island and Mortal Kombat this week, as both games snap up lucrative film deals. Dead Island has been picked up by Lionsgate, who cites that trailer as the inspiration. No names have been attached at this stage, but the film adaptation promises to be an innovation of the zombie genre, focusing on non-linear storytelling, family ties, and human emotion, just like the trailer. Mortal Kombat, on the other hand, is due to be directed by Kevin Tancharoen, the same guy who created the Mortal Kombat Rebirth short and this year's live-action web series. He's also known for directing the 2009 remake of Fame and the Glee concert movie, as well as choreography for both Madonna and Britney Spears. At this stage, very little is known, but Tancharoen and New Line Cinemas have confirmed that the film will be standalone, rather than an extension of the game or the digital series. In other news, Bethesda and parent company ZeniMax have not stepped down over threatened legal action. They've started proceedings to take Minecraft creator Mojang to court over alleged copyright infringement. It seems the publisher has decided that Mojang's upcoming game Scrolls has a name that's a little too close to its Elder Scrolls series, and despite Notch's suggestion to settle the deal with a little bit of Quake 3 deathmatch, the case has gone ahead. There is, however, some good news for Mojang with the revelation that Minecraft has finally made it to Android-powered handsets as the Xperia Play exclusivity deal ended on September 29th. Minecraft Pocket Edition now features touch controls, which see a virtual D-pad on the left to handle movement and dragging on the right to adjust the camera. Essentially, it's the same game as you'd play in creative mode on your PC, with a few minor tweaks to make things mobile-friendly. We're told an iOS version is coming eventually, so keep your hopes up, but don't hold your breath. Ladies and gentlemen, it might be time to give up on Syndicate as being a remake of the classic 90s strategy game you loved from Bullfrog. Instead, it's time to take a deep breath and embrace this new Syndicate from Starbreeze Studios as being a pretty awesome looking thing that can stand on its own feet with a nifty dubstep soundtrack.
Mission clock on.
The market is at a critical juncture and war is brewing between the corporations.
Breach is ship. Breaching successful. Activating suicide.
Upload a chip.
Initializing surgical subroutines. Extraction complete.
The music is Skrillex, and you can download a copy all for yourself if you like the Syndicate page on Facebook. Expect more too. This is just the first from a bunch of top DJs promising exclusive beats for the game, which is due out in February of next year. Out a little bit earlier is the extended cut of House of the Dead Overkill, which we can now confirm has been effectively unbanned in Australia after Sega appealed to the classification board. Despite the board finding originally that the horror, violence and coarse language included in the game was of a level that could not be catered for under the highest available rating, the review board found otherwise, labelling the game as appropriate for Australian gamers aged 15 years and over. And just in time too, as Sega announces the game will be playable in 2 different 3D modes depending on your preferences. If you have a newfangled 3D TV, then enjoy the game in full stereoscopic 3D, experiencing hardcore bullets and brain matter so real you'll need a damp towel. However, if you haven't gotten around to upgrading your set, you're still covered. Grab a pair of stylish retro paper 3D glasses and enjoy the full 70s grindhouse experience with your red and blue lenses. To make sure you're covered, there will be a pair included in the box. And earlier this week, something a little confusing. We announced that I'm Alive would be released this year as a download-only release for Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. This was later revealed to be a hoax set up by a French news website. But now, Ubisoft has announced that, wait for it, I Am Alive will be released this year as a download-only release for Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Really? There's no plans for PC at this stage, by the way, but here is the new look re-reveal trailer of the new game due out by the end of the year.
I don't think anyone really knows what happened for certain. Something big, that's for sure. Then the dust and the fumes killed everything. Well, almost.
What are you doing here, boy?
We don't much like uninvited guests.
I'm gonna beat your skull like a drum.
And for now, I am alive.
We're not sure how much this all ties back to the original game we first heard about back in 2008. It's no longer set in Chicago for starters, but it promises to be something at the very least. Till next week, I'm Jessica Citizen and this is GamePron News.